These students are doing a challenge over the idea of how does electricity get to their home. The question posed to them was, where does their electricity come from, how is it generated, and how does it get from the plant to the home? And so obviously one of the experiences that we wanted to give the students was to come to an actual power plant and see it in person so that they could ask actual people who work here, what is the process, what is the experience of them, like what kind of workers do they have here, the level of degree. We want them to have that real job, real world experience, actually encountering professionals who deal with this stuff all the time. While they do like talking to us about this information, it's really important for them to hear it from experts and from people who have that background knowledge. And for students who might be interested in going into this field, we found that a lot of them are interested in being mechanical, nuclear, electrical engineers. This is a really first-hand opportunity for them to actually experience what a day looks like for them.
Kids came today. It was the STEM Academy program from Kidwood High School came, and they really just kind of wanted an overview of power plant operations. And they had lots of questions about the environment and what TVA does to maintain the environment and the amount of generation that we produce and the different types of generation that we put out for customers.
We did a kind of background research information with them on like the different forms of energy and stuff, so they did kind of have prior knowledge coming in, and that helped them feel more confident.
The level of questions was out the roof, which is good. We don't mind the hard questions because we get asked hard questions all the time. So yeah, we have to be prepared to answer those, but very good questions. So if they come back, I'll definitely have to study luckily for me, we had some of our plant engineers that could answer a lot of those tougher questions.
That moment where he was talking about the future of energy and how it's going to shift away from coal and more towards nuclear is kind of something that we wanted them to consider, because the power grid that we live on currently is going to be very different from the power grid that they will live on. And so it's important that they start looking at those job fields that are going to be expanding, that the technology that's going to be expanding based off of these new forms of alternate energy. So things like new fuels, new kinds of chargers, new kinds of wireless energy. And so for them to get an idea of where that's going to be coming from so they can start prepping themselves for those fields if they want jobs in them now.
This is the future of our business. These folks may be TVA employees one day. So it's great to see that level of knowledge that they have and that level of curiosity because they want to make things better for themselves, and we want that too. So it's very encouraging to see